Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. Albert, we're getting to that time of year of football, but I have to say this. Penguins came up with a nice upset on Saturday.
Yeah, we've been talking about them, and they couldn't get through this schedule, this tough league. And I don't know where they beat North Dakota in a thriller. Anybody there had to say, wow, 41-40, stopping a 2-point conversion to take the victory over North Dakota. That league is so good. We were talking before the show, talking about North Dakota State, South Dakota State. You get them mixed up. And we know whoever they play, though, it's tough, George. You can't, if you don't play good, you're losing.
There are no easy games, and what hurts is even the so-called bad teams can beat you at home.
Yeah, on the road in that league.
Yeah. When they're home, they're tough.
Major difference, and that's why that win for YSU was so big.
That's why I was looking at the big boys. You know, Saturday there's one game, Ohio State, Penn State, but I think A&M's going to get beat at South Carolina. I just happened to look. It just looks like one of those games where you put put your money in last week and you're a little short this week.
I can see it happening.
Yeah.
So YSU improves to 3-6 on the year and now goes to play Illinois State on Saturday. In local sports, in soccer, Hubbard girls have a heck of a year. Beat Niles in overtime to win the District 4 championship. I think that Addie Manzo scored the winning goal. First time since 2001 that they won a district championship. That's been 23 years. What a great thrill. Now they have to move into the regionals and go play Pemberville Eastwood. Good luck to the Hubbard girls. In volleyball, George Crestview, what a year they've had. It's 6 consecutive district titles they won. They just continue to win every year in all sports. Congratulations to Crestview. Crestview is at 25-9, 25-15, 25-3, claiming the Division 5 district championship at Streetsboro High. And now they move on to play the winner of Mentor Lake Catholic and Massillon Tuslaw in the semifinals. Good luck to Crestview. Now the big boys, George, the big king around here, football, 27 local teams have qualified for the Ohio State playoffs. The rankings came out, and there are 4 teams ranked in the top as number 1. They are Ursuline, South Range, and Western Reserve. 3 teams got number 1 seeds. We'll be following them closely, George. Playoff time, you got to be playing your best football, or you're getting knocked out.
Yeah, hosting's a big deal. As they are, you're going to host 2 games. Top 4 host 2 games. So
that's pretty neat.
That's a big advantage.
They get that advantage, no question. That's what you play for all year. And we're talking about South Range, 38 victory over Hubbard. Hubbard's got a nice team. They whooped. That means South Range has a chance to sweep again. They have a chance to go a long way again. Tristan Toy was the leader with 2 passing touchdowns.
Wow.
And Aiden Dominguez and Heath Cruz also added touchdowns. That's the way you do it. That's how you do it. So winning is always important to coaches, to communities, to players. But somebody got it right in the Girard Niles game. I watched the video. Noah Williams, a senior, got his first career carry, went for a 68-yard touchdown. Girard and Niles had got together before the game, George. Mm-hmm. Said this young man has stayed out for football. He's a senior. They didn't move. Both teams let him. They both all hugged him in the end zone. He said this is his greatest throw ever. I think about that part of the game is not talked about much today.
No, it's not. Well, you know why? They're too dang worried about their egos to do something like that.
You couldn't say any better, George.
Yeah, guys passing up 53.
I call George a lot, and when I started dialing the number yesterday, I said, why would I complain? George don't want to hear me complain. The red zone had 7, 8 games, and 8 games in a row, someone made a tackle. 8, I counted them.
Pounded.
And it started, and it didn't matter what the score of the game was.
No,
And I'm thinking, why are you pounding your chest like an idiot?
You're getting pounded in 35-7.
It's forced, yes, it's Tennessee.
And you did something you're supposed to do. You made a tackle.
Yes.
No.
So here to see this kind of story,
Good.
it makes you feel so good.
Good job, coaches.
Compared to these idiots, and that's all I could talk about. They were just having to be, God bless them with ability. He said, okay, I'm going to make you 6'4", 250 pound, run a 4.3,
Yeah.
and then act like an idiot.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go back. We've been on the air a long time. I'm going to go back to day one. It's on the coaches.
Oh, it
They
is.
could stop it. Now, you might get a couple letters or calls. You might get a visit, but you could stop it.
Do what's right. That's really simple. Do what's right. And
They won't. There's no. It just. I watched it. I said the other day, when the academies start doing it, now you know you're done.
yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not frisky like these other teams, but they're getting there.
Yeah, sad. But
And we never had
And when George and I are so critical, we're on things. So the A&M coach, who's done a great job after the game time, but we're building something here. We're doing it the right. We're not messing around. I just got done watching number 5 for A&M.
No, he headbutted the guy. I
George,
watched
George. See, he's trying to convince. I don't know who he's trying to convince.
himself. Go ahead.
I watched out the idiot kid.
Yeah. He walked over to the quarterback and he headbutted him and got a 15-yard
The
pace.
next game, he punched somebody. That lucky didn't
He
see
shoulda
it.
got- yeah.
He got it, and he's told, no, we around here we have nothing.
We do
do
things
it right
right.
here in this thing. And I'm thinking, don't talk, coach. Put the film on,
Yeah.
or don't talk to us two at least.
Yeah.
Don't talk to us.
No, I
two.
called you. I said, do you see, you go number 5. You knew right away who it was.
I know.
I
I was dialing a number to tell you.
I said, he headbutted the quarterback.
And I could handle it. But he said we struggle here with great players who don't handle their emotions. He says we do everything right here.
Everything, if you want a great program, he said, I heard him
Yes,
say it.
I heard him too.
But no, I mean, what? Why? And I'm watching the pro game. These guys are on the bench. It's like they're at a picnic. The score has nothing to do with their mood. I mean, they're laughing, carrying on. And then this one, when they make a play,
no.
it is. But yesterday, and then that goofball for Denver, 28-7.
You told me.
He throws a pass back behind the line, and the guy went after him after the game for Carolina, one of the players. Someone said he should stop him. I said, you should shut up.
No, nobody stop anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's won a lot of championships. So
He's won one.
they talk about him like he's Chuck Noll.
I know.
They talk
I
him
know.
and Shannon. They talk about both of
Shanahan
them.
has won nothing. He's won one. And
Did
they
he have
this
Drew
on-
Brees?
Yeah, for 15 years he won once. And then at the same time, Shanahan, he's yet to win any. Sure, he beat.
He almost lost last night.
He beat the fat
Dallas
man.
got the ball back. He could have lost.
Well, they got it with 3 minutes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they just didn't.
He's Lucky McCarthy's coaching that team.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be fired today. I really thought he'd be fired today.
He's stealing money. How about he went into Jerry Jones's home and convinced him that he was an analytics man? He had never looked at an analytic in his life.
I don't know what he looks at because his team looks the same way.
No, he doesn't know he's No, they're not. First of all, here's part of the problem. I'm flipping through the Dallas the other day. True TV. Now, I usually look for those idiots, that go out and mess around with those. I forget the name of the show. There are 3 guys and they dare each other to do it. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
they
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. It's a podcast of Micah Parsons. Now, first of all, he's sitting like this, like he's moving.
I
and
know,
he's
he's an idiot. That's all I'm saying.
Now, wait a minute.
Why won't somebody call it out and say, act like a regular human being?
Don't quit your day job, Micah, please. And then he's rating the teams in the NFC now. Could you see Dick Butkus getting on there, naming all the teams better than his?
So he's rating it.
Rating
And he ain't playing.
Not playing. He was having a problem with the dude from Newcastle over something that happened on a podcast. They all have podcasts now.
That's so sad.
Oh, no,
So
it's
sad.
terrible. Let's talk about NCAA football. We have to get started. This could be, they're saying it's the biggest game in the history, and Penn State's had some big ones, and Ohio State's had more. They're top 5 in the country. It's the first one between 2 top 5s at Penn State, I think, ever.
Gotcha.
I mean, they've had a million good teams.
I know
Ohio
they have.
State's had 1.5 million.
Both teams had 1 million.
But this is going to be it. But Penn State had to win at Wisconsin first, and we knew. And at halftime, they weren't winning. third quarter, these quarterbacks, it seems like there's a lot of bad ones. Off his back foot over the middle. Next thing you know, Penn State's ahead and the game's over. It happens like that.
Yeah, one of the keys to Penn State, and George has said it. George has mentioned this kid a million
Oh,
times.
it's not.
The backup quarterback stayed, and he saved them. Really, not only they might have won the game anyway, but it's hard not winning when you have second, three quarters who can't play. He stayed, even though LR was there, and they have a kid who can move and throws well enough to.
They'll be better next 2 years. Yeah. Let Aller go.
I would let him go
fine.
too.
No, he's going to go. Someone. He's an upgrade to Hackenberg.
That's what I see too.
And then
I don't think he's great at all.
And then Probula put that package in where he runs the ball.
Right.
Get him to slide a little more. You don't want him taking.
He's going to get hurt too.
No, the guy at the Colts. I have a spot for him.
Your boy Richardson.
I'm watching. He comes over and he gives him the sign, "Take me out." We'll get to pros, but I can't let this go.
No, that's perfect
I
timing.
can't get this go. The guy said, "Well, seems to be something wrong." They asked him after. They said I was tired. Now, can you see one of your guys coming over?
I would get on my high school kid saying, "You say what?
And you think you're tired.
You're not tired. Get out there and play." Oh, gee.
Now, anyway,
George.
this week we'll get on
Penn
this
State
one.
Ohio State is a big game.
Al and I jumped up last week and we invested in Ohio State. If
Really
they
like
lose
Ohio
Saturday,
State.
we're done.
Yeah,
I don't
really
think
like
we'll
Ohio
make the
State.
tournament with two, will we? Someone can't make it.
Yeah.
They can't all make it. I'm watching the other day, the guys doing Tennessee, Mississippi,
somebody's not making it.
Alabama, Georgia, Texas. I'm like, whoa
somebody's
there,
not
cowboy.
making it. Yeah, somebody's not
The only
making it.
team I know it's making it's Boise.
Yeah, somebody's not making it.
Boise's the one team that's making it because they're going to get the 12 spot. But you tell me.
Yeah, somebody's not making it. I don't know who's going to make out there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of games. There's still a lot of weeks.
Hey, Clemson,
Still
Miami.
a lot of weeks.
How about the Big 12? The guy goes the other day, he said, Kansas State. I said, he must not have seen Iowa State play.
Right. A lot of weeks.
A lot of weeks.
I will say that. There's still a lot
You
of
said it before and
lot
it's
of losses
happened. I remember that one year. It was like right toward the end. You said, they're not done losing yet.
Oh,
bingo,
yes.
bingo, bingo.
It could happen any week.
Yeah.
No question.
But this is a monster game.
Yes,
And
it
how
is.
about this, Fox? When do they play their big games?
They play at noon, don't they?
Yes, that's.
Is it a noon game?
It's Fox. That's why.
All right.
No reason in the world. That should be a whiteout. It should be a night game.
Night game, yeah, it should
be a circus.
TV
down
controls
there.
that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Winners probably in, the losers out.
Could be.
I would say Penn State with one loss, probably not.
I would say the other way.
Ohio
If
State,
Penn State beats Ohio State, I think Ohio State could be out.
With
Ohio
two-
State, Penn
with
State, I
two
think they could
losses.
still both be in.
That's
yeah.
what I thought. Alabama bounced back. They hammered Missouri. They're supposed to hammer Missouri, though. But the thing is, they're inconsistent. Their offense is inconsistent. The Milrose is a better runner.
The defense
than
ain't even good either. So,
No. But they used to be able to beat you like 31-23 or this year. Those losses. And you know what, too? You have to say, both of them on the road, both by a scant margin.
Right.
But that's how
the way
good
it
they
goes.
are.
Like
Yeah.
Missouri, we just talked about backup quarterbacks. There's an example.
No.
Cook went out from Missouri, and
That's why I didn't,
second string quarterback can't play.
That's
with him.
why I didn't like him. See, the week before, he left the field. Now, think about this. Went to the hospital, got MRI'd, came back and finished the game. And they were lucky. They barely won it.
Right.
But then, this week, I thought to myself, he's not going to last.
Yeah, he didn't. That's what he said.
didn't.
You have to have a second string quarterback, and they didn't. That's what
No,
happened,
and with
yes.
the portal, it's almost impossible because someone's going to throw money at him.
Yep.
Right?
That's the depth position. You don't have much. That's why it's so surprising at Penn State. They had to give the Missoula kid something. Or whatever.
Rabiola, they had to give him a ton.
Had to give him
I don't
something.
care what anybody
Yeah.
said. You can tell
He
me.
couldn't have stayed there if he didn't.
You can tell me all
Yeah.
you want. I know better. In Oregon, just in case you weren't sure, they let Illinois know that
Right
they
off the
are
bat.
real.
They did. Right
Yeah,
off the
was
bat.
it 17
Yes.
before they blinked?
They did.
Yeah, they're really tough. Texas, tough time with Vandy. Vandy, we had one of the assistants on, and he told us about, and Al and I look at each other like, okay. Of course, that was before NIL.
Yeah, it's the portal. The portal
It was
saved
before
them.
NIL.
Yeah, they got a quarterback that's
Yeah, good one.
how you say that's so
Yeah,
different. Yeah,
maybe he's
they
a
never
good
had one like that at Vandy.
No, he's a good one.
No.
Miami crushed Florida. You knew that was coming.
You know, it really didn't.
I know, till
You
the
understand?
end. The
At the
score
end,
was,
the score ended up bad.
Because Al texted, he says, is there some bad blood? I said, yeah, I think they just beat them a few years ago, 70-7 or something.
Yeah, the coach ran up the score because it was 14-20 the whole game. All of a sudden, it ended up 30-some because
Yeah, they
he
pound
scored a
two
lot
more
late.
in.
Yeah.
They pound them
uh-huh.
in too. Now, here's one thing I'm kind of sure of with Florida State. You ever watch Price is Right?
Yeah.
Deion Sanders, come on down.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if he does not there.
Yeah.
I'll be
Because
shocked.
he's going to be 9-3 or better at where he is. So he's
I'll be
having a
shocked.
nice
Yeah,
year.
we made fun of him before. He can't make fun of him
No,
now.
no, no, he
They're
done well.
winning.
Boise took a giant step to get one of that non-power 4 bid. And I tell you what, Vegas game, they won
Oh,
it.
no, it was a struggle.
That was
It
no
a
easy
struggle. It was a
game.
struggle, yep.
The Big 12 is still open. I say the winner of Iowa State, Kansas State. Will they get more than one?
No.
That's what I thought. I
No,
thought.
they're not getting more than one.
How about ACC with Miami and Clemson?
They're getting 2. Well, let's put it this way. They both won a table.
Yeah. Pitt
To the end.
Pitt would have to
Yeah.
beat Clemson.
And if Pitt wins, they're going to
Pitt,
get in.
who wins is in. It's where they get to.
It's really simple.
And they go to. That's an interesting game because that league's still a half notch. Coming from a non-BCS, they're still a half notch. And I think it proved out the other day with Navy. That's still
it definitely did.
still Notre Dame. Yeah, that's still Notre Dame. Someone in the Big Ten and SEC is getting left out. That's all I know. They're going to cry like a baby, but they're getting left out.
We said that didn't matter what, 6 to 4 to 12.
No, it could be 17,
Somebody's getting left
18's
out.
max.
Somebody's getting left out. It has to be, yes.
Yeah, quality of opponents. Notre Dame's victory proved that. I mean, Al and I need Notre Dame to run the table, and they'll struggle with Army a little bit. They'll struggle with Southern Cal a little bit, even though Southern Cal.
Yeah, they're football games. You got to play.
Yeah. No,
you have to play.
Exactly right. No, Pitt and Penn State. It goes back, I think, 50 years that they were both undefeated week 7. So that's quite unique.
It's a long time. That's when I was growing
And
up.
I have the biggest disappointment in the country. I was sitting there looking at our outline last night, and I thought to myself, I have to mention this because they fall at this guy's feet when he wins.
Well, I think he's really good, too, though.
Yeah, I didn't say he isn't.
No, I think he's really
No,
good. So, but usually, I'm not a coach guy, but I don't think it's like
But man, are they
Utah
bad.
is hard to win.
Are they bad?
That's
They've been good forever.
No, that's because of him.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's his
But I'll
fault.
say it again. There's a reason why.
Quarterback.
No,
Yeah.
NIL portal.
Yeah, well, but he had a 7-year quarterback.
That's changed, but we know he's decent.
Yeah.
Never is he great.
And he left anyway. I mean, he's gone.
He's not. But the portal is Utah can never be the same unless they say.
You think they won't be as good?
Yes. How can they unless they say?
Well,
we've
had 3 years of it, and he's been good.
They need the money, but right now is when the portal's hitting crazy. Oh, I can tell by Vanderbilt.
Well, this is the last year of it. As far as guys getting the year back, this is it.
Craziness.
MLB 2-0. By the time we're shown, it'll be 2-1 or 3-0 and over.
Either one, right?
Do you see anything?
Yeah, I see. It's what comes down to one guy in the series. I told you.
Oh
that.
my, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to say it.
Yeah, Judge is pathetic, and they're pitching around Soto, and the poor guy wants to hit so bad.
Yeah, he does.
Why would you?
Guess who's going after him?
Why would you?
I just read it today. Guess who's going after him hard?
After Judge?
No, Soto.
Oh, Mets aren't they?
Dodgers. Now listen. I hate to say that. At what point
That might be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
just quit watching?
It's that.
No, really.
No, if the Dodgers get Soto, what are you going to say, George?
They're after him.
That's an all-star team.
Yeah, and they don't get no for an answer because they have moolah.
Full of cash. Yeah. Oh, is that funny?
Yeah, I just heard that. That's I got to tell Albert. It's going
Yes.
to drive me crazy. Freddie Freeman heroics in Game 1. How similar to Kirk Gibson?
Very similar. Yeah.
Very similar.
He'll get out of the lore with that home run just like Gibson did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question about that.
No, that you're sure right there. That's definitely. Ohtani still with men on base, killing it in the playoffs. The thing with Judge, it makes Judge look that much worse. My goodness, he's hitting 60.
Yeah, if Ohtani hit like that, I'd be on him too. But Ohtani just keeps hitting like he's supposed to.
No.
Yeah, that's really
No,
crazy.
Judge's feelings are getting hurt through all of this. Another thing, you say this all
His
the
feelings
time.
getting hurt, you said?
I said, what's left? I mean, they're afraid to move him down in the order.
He'd be batting eighth for me.
Well,
no, it's really
do you
simple.
remember what Joe Torre
He'd be
did?
batting eighth.
Do you know what Joe Torre did to A-Rod? Batted him eighth.
No, there's not a question in my mind.
But they won't do it.
No, they never do it.
No.
In the lineup tonight, he'd be batting eighth.
Because he can't hit.
He can't hit a leg.
He's not hitting right now for
No.
sure. No way around it. Remember, too, we talked about this. No fourth and fifth pitchers in the playoffs.
That's
You might
important.
see him for an inning.
Yeah.
Some guy come and throw as
Oh, you've seen the best-
hard
you've
as
seen
he
the-
can.
you've seen the best
Yeah,
pitchers.
I mean, there is no we'll give this game away today. That's for sure. Fall weather in New York, even though it's nice for this time of year, won't be like L.A.
Most times that my wife asked, they're still playing? I said, yeah. They're trying to play in November. Said,
no, they'll be.
It should have been over a long time ago. I can't tell what that. I hate when
Well, they're going to play Monday,
all the
Tuesday,
sports.
Wednesday, take Thursday off. That's the last day of the month. So if they win more than one game, it will play in
all
November.
The sports keep going longer.
Well, and there's one reason. Man's best friend. It's
Pass
not
again.
their dog.
I know.
No, that's what's happening. You're exactly right. I don't watch many of the, shows, the talking heads or whatever.
I watch none, so.
I know, but I think the one with Poppy, A-Rod, and Jeter's not bad.
Okay, good.
As far as baseball goes. They're not there to, it's not too bad. Oh, by the way, the World Series was a TV executive's dream. You got the two coasts, two huge markets, and by the way, the payrolls of these two, just for you guys to think money doesn't matter, Johnny, or one of my buddies doesn't.
I think so.
He argues their payrolls are both
Let's prove
over
though. We got the data on our
300 million. Yeah,
They're
300
both 300 million. Yeah.
Well, 300
You aren't
million.
winning. One team did it. The Florida Marlins, 2003. Other than that, no one.
And that was a hodgepodge too for a year.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's do NFL. Biggest game yesterday, especially locally, the Browns. And this is our old thing about the NFL. Don't go by last week.
Ever.
And don't think for a minute that so-and-so has to win. That's their big one.
Right.
And, they can't beat them. Look at that. Don't do it. They got Winston in there, which makes, if I'm a Browns fan, I'm saying, wish we'd had him.
No wish to it.
I know, but you knew that was that's the owner, Al.
I know, but I'm saying this. It was okay. You're going to stay with Watson. You said we paid him all this money.
Yeah.
But Watson got hurt. They didn't play Winston.
No, they
They played Thompson. They played
DTR. We got hurt.
So I don't understand what would they see at practice?
No, we
that
talked.
make me think
No.
these guys are
No,
better.
I watched that guy come in for A&M the other day, and you can sit and you can look me in the face and tell me they had a better chance to win with the other guy. Then I know you don't know what
they
you're
see
going.
every
I
day.
watch one play.
Sees it every day.
It happens
I know.
all the time, and this
It
comes
does.
from the owner, I would think.
Has to,
He
George.
gave him what I would call
It has to be.
competent quarterback play.
No, he played great yesterday.
You
Not
know,
good.
I mean, come on.
He played.
Baltimore the last 4 or 5 weeks was ridiculous.
That's why it's not for long.
No, you can't.
No, I had him playing in the Super Bowl. Now they get beat by Cleveland.
Yeah. And we've talked about it. Just we have to kick this around a little bit then, because that home field, if you happen to not win the division, you have to go to Houston,
It's tough in the league.
Kansas City, or Baltimore.
Yeah, it's tough in the
It's
playoffs.
certainly not the route you want to travel.
Tough in
You
the
want to
playoffs.
be home, let someone come to your place. and
If
then-
you're home, that means you're a better team anyway, because that means you earned it. I mean, if you have to go on the road into the playoffs, unless you're hurt and got
you
hot
got
late,
somebody back,
and got hot late, yeah.
got an injury
Yes,
or
right.
something
Mhm.
like that. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
right.
I agree 1,000% with that. Now, Cincy, they're playing Philly, and everyone, non-coaches, I would say more than anybody, have this idea that winning's like a faucet. Bengals are just going to turn it on and win 5 in a row. And I'm here to tell you that faucet the handle might be off.
Right now it is. I know that. I mean, that was a game they really wanted badly. They started off okay, and then the faucets started pouring.
They got murdered.
Yes, over and over.
And how about Saquon Barkley? Let's just talk about him. We have him on our touchdowns. Now, this tush push is going to make us poor, but King Henry, we always have. The King had another. He only had 11 carries yesterday. Do you think that just the way the game went? Do you think they're
I watched a lot of it. I
long-term
watched a
saving
lot of
him?
that.
What's
No.
going on?
Well, it's how the game went. Cleveland kept scoring, and they said that we're going to have to keep scoring against
So
Cleveland.
we're not going to run the
Yeah,
ball.
we're going to do both. And
That's interesting because it looked like, 11 carries. That's not him. I'm not sure I believe the Bengals. I'm going to agree with you. At some point,
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. NFL, I don't count anybody out, but they're not playing good.
their
I'll
coach
say
is
that.
one of those analytics guys, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's
the
an
guy that got fired at San Diego.
He's an athletic guy,
And
no
the guy
question.
that's going to get fired at Jacksonville. Absolutely. We're going to talk a little bit about that, too. Tua returned. No head injury. It's to the point now, I'm thinking, I hope I'm wrong, but I think people are watching like NASCAR, waiting to see if he gets hurt. I hope he doesn't.
Oh, it is scary because he has that bad head.
He does have a
But how much better they are when he's playing offensively?
no.
Yeah, it's like night and day.
no.
Yes.
He moves the ball.
Uh-huh.
They lost late again though. Kyler Murray.
You got to be good on both sides. You can't stop
No,
Arizona. You
no.
lose the game. They couldn't stop them.
No. How about this? They bring this guy in. He's going to revolutionize New York. We're going to bring in all his receivers. We're going to fire the coach. We're going to we're going to do whatever he wants because he's a winner. Guess what? He's tearing that place apart.
That's what he has done. I could handle him not playing well. But because of his ego, Aaron Rodgers just tears places apart. Walks off the field before the last play. See, I'm telling you, he ain't playing. So what can I say? I'd be fired. The coach would be fired because Rodgers will rule it.
Yeah, he'd win to
there's
Woody
no way
Johnson.
a player is walking off the field.
Wasn't he supposed to be the difference? Didn't he?
He's the difference in losing
and by
more
the way, and by the way, I'm going to say this: you didn't lose to the Ravens. You lost to the stinking Pats, who had trouble beating anybody. Although you know you knew the kind of game it was going to be. That low scoring, run the ball, don't make a mistake, and that's right up their alley. You don't want to muck it up with the Pats.
That's what they like to play.
Ended
up being higher scoring than I thought it would be.
It did. It ended up like that. Yeah, it's amazing when you think about it. Washington, Hail Mary. Let's start about it. You want to start with the guy who was taunting the fans when the ball was in the air, or do you want to?
You can top it all of it. It's just
start with that.
Well, there's three things I saw. Number one, George called me and said, "Do you believe they were spotting the quarterback? Why would you waste a player like that?"
Yeah, they're spying him. He can't run. The game's over. If he runs, you got 7 guys back there.
Rush the quarterback like a maniac.
Yeah, don't let him. Guess how long he had?
Oh, I saw him running around. Watched it.
13 seconds.
Ran around like a maniac. That's number one.
Seconds.
Number two, the guy on the film. See, you can't hide anything in the media today.
No.
He's taunting the crowd.
He's facing the other way.
As the play started.
As they're lining up, he's looking at the crowd. Then he runs over, and who tips the
He's
ball
the
in
guy.
the air?
He's the guy.
Who tips the ball in the
It'd
air?
been better if he stayed out of the way. If he stayed,
he should stayed over there talking.
They'd have won. And the third thing I said, in 50 years ago, I would go to clinics and we'd get together afterwards, and they say, "You have anything you want to add to something?" I said, "Yep, my prevent defense is better than yours." So what do? I always kept the defensive guy behind all the jumpers, always, because that's the only way they catch it.
Tip it.
They tip it, and instead, you look at that game, they're all jumping.
Yeah.
And there's somebody standing. There should have been a defensive guy knocking him down right there.
Jump on top of him. Yeah. So what if you foul him? What are they going to do about it? But no, it's just the most ridiculous thing. The coaching in that league. I used to think, they must know more because they're at the top.
Right.
It's a good old boy network.
We know it's not
watching,
true.
Messing up timeouts, not knowing.
Over and over.
Oh, the worst. Not throwing the challenge. How about it? But real quick, how screwed up is your sport that I can't challenge if you snap it quickly?
I know.
How bad is that rule?
Oh, there's so many bad rules. So many.
I saw one yesterday. They missed it. Guy just ran up and snapped the ball. Can't review it.
I know they can't review it. That's why they run up like maniacs.
Oh, sure. I'm going to say something to Jeannie when we have them on next time because I want to know about that. Buffalo, they weren't playing around.
That was interesting.
Because that's supposed to be a toughest.
No, that was
place.
an interesting score.
Pouring cold rain.
Of all the scores yesterday, that one.
It was a beatdown.
That was interesting to me.
I agree.
Seattle's usually great at home. Not good.
No, they're impossible.
Usually a great team at home.
No, they're like impossible. You're right. Exactly right. Saw 2 guys I haven't seen before. 2 guys in the same day slide down not to score a touchdown to kick the field goal.
That's a new thing, too.
That's a new thing now. Boy, if you miss the field goal, you're not going to feel that way. But that's what happened. Rudolph started. It looked to me like now they were no match for Detroit. Right. No one is now, but at least they had a chance. Where were they when they could have won some games playing Levis? I have to say it. Incredible. Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.